Good evening, everyone, at randfinance.com, and welcome to another edition of Dino's Tech Picks. Tonight is the 10th of July, a little bit after 10 p.m. Eastern, and looking at the minis again. And wow, what a ride today, huh? Last night, I was looking at the 30-minute chart here and seeing that we had broke down here just after midnight, and before I turned in for the night, I thought, oh boy, we got maybe a right shoulder here, a little left shoulder head, a right shoulder, and sure enough, it broke out overnight last night and broke through the neckline, and quickly measured it out. Had a target of about 1356.75, and posted it on rantfinance.com. The key thing is here, we peaked out at about 6:30 in the morning, and then we came down here when pre-market trading opened up and tagged the neckline, confirmed the pattern, and then shot straight up, and basically at the open we hit 1356.5, which is a quarter point off the target, but that was close enough for me. I had some longs and closed those out there. Not to say that I knew this was going to break down, but this was a small pattern, didn't have a really big target, and I just quite wasn't sure what was going to happen here, so I thought I'd play it safe, which that was the smart move of the day. Can't say all my moves were smart today, but as we know, we came down. I seen some this blue trend line support and the neckline support. Thought maybe we would hold there, even though the pattern was already met. That didn't happen. Continued down. I thought, here's the thing about this 1342 level. We've hit this a few times, and yesterday we didn't come all the way down to 1342, and at night when we made this right shoulder, we didn't get all the way down to 1342. So in the regular trading session, I thought, you know what, this might be the buy spot. Maybe there's a little bit of trend support here, and because I didn't want to come down and test that again. And this was very weak trend support. There's just a few touches on it, very short pattern, and we blew right through that, and we came down and we hit this 1342 again, and I picked my longs back up here, but I even posted on the blog, I didn't like the fact that we keep hitting this 1342. I was thinking, after we made higher lows last night, that and we got this inverse head shoulders pattern, which had a target in the mid 1350s, that we would be done with 1342 for a while. So when we started selling off, I thought we would get some dip buyers coming in, and we would make another higher low here. But that didn't happen. Seen a bear flag was forming here. Got out of my longs at the top of the flag with a tiny profit, and then the big mistake I made is when we came back down and hit 1342 again. I tried one more time, and well, we know what happened after that. We continued to sell down. Boy, we came all the way down to 1330.5 on the minis, and then got some short covering and some buying here at the close. I will say that was the biggest 30-minute candle. Look at the volume here. The biggest 30-minute candle of the of today's session. So that was kind of interesting. So anyway, where does that leave us? Well, right now we got a little teeny bear flag, I'm sorry, bull flag flying here. But the flag is getting kind of long here. I'd like to see this break out um, fairly quickly if it is going to play. But again, it's kind of a small pattern, but it might get us back up to that 1342 level, which we're below it now. So I've said a couple of times I was bullish above this line. I'd said I'd be bearish below it, and I'm not having a good feeling about this right now. So I'm kind of hoping, that's a bad word for traders, hope, but I'm hoping that we come back up and at least test this 1342 area to either bust through and continue on upwards, or confirm that we're heading down here. I also mentioned a little megaphone pattern. I just seen there was some trend resistance sloping on some of these highs on a shorter time frame, this 30-minute time frame, and then when we were selling off this afternoon, I thought, well, maybe there's some trend support here. But again, it was like this line here. It's a short time frame, not a lot of touches, kind of short-term support, and not very strong. And sure enough, we broke through it. But again, we were at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. We're way oversold, and I thought, maybe that 1338 area is someplace we're going to hold, and we're going to continue to kind of bounce and make a great big range here in a megaphone type pattern. But didn't happen. So that's the shorter term perspective. Going back to a 4-hour view, something else that I was noticing is, we had this yellow line trend resistance. Now this is a little bit stronger because it's it goes back a while. It's got some maturity to it, and we hit the top of this line and have been trending down. This could be another type megaphone type pattern, but the lows are way down below here. There's the green line and this light blue line that we used to talk about in weeks past. We cleared these lines, and we've been trading up here for a while. So we may be taking a visit back down here. You can kind of see, even though I'm talking bull flag here, bigger pattern, there could be a little bear flag forming here that would, I don't know what this target would be, but it's going to be back, somewhere in this horizontal area, 1312 to 1304, something like that, if that were to play out. Panning even further out, daily view, you can see the more dominant line here, this trend line that I was talking about, when we've basically tagged this and came down. Now if I duplicate this line, there may be some support, I don't know, somewhere down in here, maybe, maybe that's kind of where we're heading as well. And we could get, this could be an up channel with a little bit of overthrow down here. The SPX chart and the SPY chart has a similar setup. Actually, I'll fly over to that real quick. This is kind of what I was watching with the SPX chart. This could be a channel with just a little bit of an overflow here back beginning of June. But if we were to hold this channel and tap the bottom, that means we're gonna fly through the 20-day, which is the green line, the 50-day, which is the blue line, all the way down to whatever this is, wherever we land, mid 1320s, call it, and we're at 1341 now is where we closed today. So we would have a little bit farther to go, but we'll see if we even get down there. No telling if we're going to or not at this point. You know, we could bounce and head back up to higher highs, you know, going in the earnings here. But this is something else I'll keep an eye on. If this were to break, then I would say this down channel is more the dominant pattern. But like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I will keep an eye on this as well as the minis. So if you want, check back in the morning, and we'll see how that little black bull flag's doing. Hopefully for bulls that'll play out, and we'll get a little relief. If not, that bear flag on the 4 hours, what we'll be watching to see if that plays out. And I'll post any updates in the morning and see if that gives us some clues to tomorrow's trading. Thanks.